Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, and neither is the pups being this far away. Oh, geez. Oh, no. No. Okay. Everyone is back in the den. Can you guys please make your way back to the den? I don't even see the coyotes. Well, welcome back to the Steadfast pack, everyone. We're having problems. Charon's got the coyotes. I think we're gonna be okay because he seems to be handling it all right. What a return that was. Well, welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we've named the pups, but we're jumping right back into a whole host of problems because, as you can see, it's Icarus who's fallen ill. So the pups' names ended up being Polaris, Thor, Poppy, Icarus, Eris, and Triton. You can see here, Eris and Poppy are the females, and Triton, Polaris, Icarus, and Thor. I misread the text here is a little different in the beta and it threw me just enough, but yeah, you can see that Icarus is unfortunately sick. So thank you to everyone who submitted those names, though. We ended up calling the pup that kind of looks like Loki Thor. It just seemed fitting because pretty much Loki is his older brother here, and it just felt right, but hopefully he'll be okay. And that did lead to a lot of other mythology-themed names in this litter, but I kind of leaned a little bit more into the Greek mythology from the suggestions you guys sent in because that's more the origin of Petra's name, and although you guys did send in a bunch of great Norse mythology names, I get the feeling we might want to hang on to some of those for a more fitting theme in the future. So if you sent in some of those Norse names, you might want to keep your eye on them because we may need them eventually in the future here, if you if you catch my drift. But anyway, thank you to everyone who sent those in. If your name was picked, congratulations. If not, feel free to send in names again in the future. Goodness knows we always need an actual ton of them. Where did everyone go? Okay, so some of the pups are over there. Now, the grand struggle is, what are we going to do today? Because Icarus has fallen ill, and certainly Petra is quite aware of how dangerous that can be. In fact, she struggled greatly with illness in Lost River. However, we still have territory to claim. That's not great. These packs are inching closer, so we may stay here for a little bit. Oh my goodness, Charon has Triton here, bringing him back. But we may stay here for a bit and then go out and mark the territory. Can we not be that far away from the den, though, please? Especially Thor. Goodness, you're so far away. Please don't do that. We need to stay a little bit closer, especially in the rain here, just in case it obscures our vision. We need to be careful that nothing's creeping up on us. Hopefully those coyotes will stay away, though. I just don't know about any stranger wolves. But I think... yeah, I think we'll stay here for a little bit and try to spend some time with Icarus, but we will need to head out and hunt before too terribly long. So I don't think we'll spend the full day here, just a bit, enough to hopefully give him a better fighting chance before we have to head out. Interesting. We seem to have some Prospect Peak wolves around here now. In Slough Creek, that'd be a matter of grave concern, but not so much out here, and I don't think we've met them. No, Pinnacle and Cougar Creek, but not Prospect Peak. So maybe we'll take a little sniff over here and see if we can find them. These must be Dispersals from that pack, which certainly Petra is acquainted with them, but over here they shouldn't be as much of a concern. I did also see that there's an elk herd and there's a bull elk herd that we're heading towards this way. We will need to find some food sooner rather than later here, but I think we'll try to mark some of this lower territory as well, just to make sure that we're able to do that. I know I smelled close scent somewhere, but I feel like we found farther away scent again here. Interesting. Following the trail of our old rivals has led us to an elk herd. Are they actually hunting? Whoa! 601M, goodness. Oh, you're a pretty old wolf, aren't you? 601. Oh, that's Molly's. That's the Molly's pack leader? What was he doing here? I mean, this is his territory, to be clear. That was unexpected. Wait a second. Yeah, so he must have been over here hunting. Where did the Prospect Peak wolves go? No, he headed up here to attack. Oh. Oh my goodness. Was he over here hunting? No, here's where the Prospect Peak wolves went. They're over here hunting, I think. Good heavens, it's a little bit confusing trying to figure out what the heck just went down. Well, I guess... No, that's the Molly's trail. Some of this is the Molly's trail. Some of it, they are hunting. Okay. Well, we'd better get in on the action before they chase the elk into neighboring stranger wolves' territory here. And we will want to make sure that we claim this hex soon too, because this is technically Molly's territory. But I don't want the herd disappearing, so I think we'd better give chase here. Good grief! These heckers, are they? Oh my gosh. Wow, they have caused some problems. They have genuinely caused us some problems here. 1207 and 1014. Look how far into Stranger Wolf territory they chased the elk. What are you two fools doing? Do you want to get yourselves killed in here? Like, my gosh. Oh my goodness. 1014M is on the run. Where's your fool of a sibling? Continuing the hunt, I see. Yeah, the elder seems to be the wiser of the two, because good heavens, this is not wise for either of you. This is how you die, how one of you dies. Like, it's not gonna be by Petra's hand, but she's just flabbergasted. Look at, oh boy. I think that coat kind of reminds her of Loki, though. How old are these two? Are they shouldn't even be that. Oh my goodness. 5 and 4. That's awful old to be running around pulling a stunt like that. Good heavens, you two should know better. We're gonna be the ones who get jumped by Molly's for this too, unfortunately. Well, the herd at least is headed over this way. Look how far into Molly's territory we are now. This is a problem. Let's see if we can chase this herd back. We'll have to remember those Prospect Peak wolves, because it seems that whether we're in their territory or they're in ours, they tend to cause problems for us. Oh! You, however, seem to be weakened, so let's make haste and try to finish the job. Goodness, Petra does some damage. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna worry about marking this carcass. We're just going to try to eat and then leave, because if we howl, that might draw Molly's wolves to us, and we do need to be a little careful of that. But at least we'll have our food for the day, so that'll be good at the very least. Well, we've made it back to the edge of the territory, and this we may as well go ahead and mark here. I think Petra can't stop thinking about the two dispersals that we just encountered. The one, the younger of the two, nearly reminded her of Loki, but to be honest, he's more than old enough to know better. He should have been a lot more careful. And yet, in a strange way, you can't help but root for him. Like, I like that about this new system. You really get to know the wolves you encounter a lot more when you can kind of keep track of them and find out a bit about them. But good heavens, you know, when I say I'm rooting for him, I'm mostly rooting for him to grow some brains and and to stop lurking deep in Stranger Wolf territory where they're gonna get themselves killed by chasing an elk. Like, it's none of Petra's business, but good heavens, that is... she's not that much older than them. In fact, I think she's the same age. Yeah, she's age 5, and so is the older brother here. Being the same age as them, she definitely knows better. They need to mind themselves a lot more carefully. But we'll see. They might come traipsing back into our territory because we did let them go. But I don't know if... Oh, there's elk over here. I don't know if they end up hanging out in Molly's territory for too long. That might not bode well for them, and in fact, we don't want to be here for too long either. Oh my goodness, there's Beartooth Dispersals here as well. All of the Dispersals are just hanging out over here today, apparently. But yeah, we're gonna try not to hang out here too much either. We're going to have to try to head back and stick near the edges of the territory so that we're not lingering too deep and getting ourselves into trouble. But I kind of want to go meet these Beartooth Dispersals on our way out if we can. We shouldn't linger too long. We do have to get back to Icarus, but we can try to sniff these guys out on our way back. Oh, here they are. There's 3 of them, and they're also headed... Oh, don't you go howling! What do you think you've won? Well, maybe... Maybe. You can keep moving. You can keep going. These guys are cocky. Go on. Keep going. This is not your territory. Stubborn ones. Good heavens. We're not gonna pick an actual fight. Go on. Keep it going. Oh, are you thinking you're gonna? Yeah, you better run. We'll give him a good chase off into Molly's territory, but wow. Oh, something is up with the Dispersals today, man. There's something else right now. All right, Beartooth. 1409, 1410, and 1206, so 4 years and 3 years. Not quite as old as the Prospect Peak Wolves, then they were behaving at least a bit more sensibly, not picking fights they didn't think they could win. And they fled soon enough when we actually came after them, but good heavens, they've gotten to be stubborn things, that's for sure. Let's finish marking this territory and then head home, though. I don't want to waste more time out here than we have to. Unfortunately, that took more time than I was hoping it would, and I'm not sure if we're going to have the energy to spend much more time with Icarus. Oh, he's all the way down to 73 as well. That's concerning. We may end up spending most of the day with him tomorrow if he seems like he's worsening overnight. In fact, we may sleep a little bit and then spend the rest of the evening with him. That might be a little bit better for us. Oh boy. I don't know. I think Petra's worried. She feels a little safer now that she's starting to pad out the territory a bit, but this sickness, this isn't an enemy that one can fight, and that makes it a more perilous sort of foe to encounter. Alright, pups, we are back. Let's see how everybody's doing. There's Thor and Polaris. Icarus. I think we're probably too tired to spend time with him. Yep. Let's just make sure we get these guys their food for the evening, and then do our best to get some rest. Oh dear. Nope. Thor, go back in. Go back in. Go back in, please. Please hurry and go in. Thor, go in the den. I just sent them in there because they were starting to scatter a bit much for my liking, but it appears that it was a good thing that I ended up doing that when I did. Who have we got here? 102M, you, I remember, Rescue Creek and 800F. Oh boy, this one, you're a troublemaker. We've faced you before. We've seen you out and about a number of times, and it seems like he's decided to come and incite some chaos. It's not worth going after him. Not when we have a sick pup. Oh my goodness, and Poppy's come out into the open again, just briefly. It seems like she decided to go back at the last second, but... oh dear. That's concerning. And I think that the, yeah, 800F, I think, is new. Oh. One of the Pinnacle Wolves appears to not have survived the night. Well, I have no idea what caused that, but that's another interesting thing about this new system is You can see when things start to happen to the other wolves. I'm kind of amazed that it wasn't one of those dispersals we met yesterday, though. They were seeming like they were cruising for trouble. Good heavens, these pups can be quite a handful. We gather them all back here for now, but it has been a real challenge to keep Thor and Eris and Polaris from just sprinting off in the nearest direction. And there goes Thor again, as if to prove my point. I think we may have to set out again soon, too. Well, or rather, I think we'll have to sleep and then set out again, because we don't want to leave our territory too long, especially since parts of it are being claimed over, I think. Oh, but we don't want Poppy in there by herself. But I think that's something we're going to have to go ahead and do in the next episode, because unfortunately it is getting to be about time to wrap up here for today, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.